Yeah. All right.
Hey.
I'm afraid if I sit down, I'm gonna get cold.
Not even.
What the heck?
What the?
Because then I'm not moving.
Regardless,
like standing
you're
up,
standing
I feel like
still.
I have more like freedom.
So that's the. All right. I like your shirt, brother. I had a broken. So I'm gonna wear
Thank
it
you.
today.
Thank you. Okay.
So like, okay. So, right. Oh shit. Over here, bro. It's like there's mad patchy.
Yeah. All right, the grass is definitely better here. Make sure you get my shoes.
Oh my god, you guys have me sitting in the dirt.
Okay. My name is Steven, and I'm here with
Ricky or Ricardo Amante, whichever you prefer.
Hopefully you can hear us.
Yeah, that'd be mad.
The camera's kind of far away. Maybe scoot a little bit closer. I don't know
Don't
if
be
that's possible.
shy.
I'm just worried. I'm worried because there's wind right now. Also, this microphone doesn't work. It's a fake prop that we're gonna start using.
I thought that was
No, that's why I was like the microphone.
that makes more sense.
Okay. Ricky, where are you from?
I'm from Bronx, New York. Born and raised. I lived there for 14 years, and I came to Bergenfield for like 4 for high school. Yeah.
Okay. And in Bergenfield, what's one thing you like a lot about where you grew up, and what's one thing you don't like where you grew up?
So, well, I grew up in the Bronx, but for Bergenfield, I liked that it was like different. Just like the fact that it was different. Like not even that I liked the environment, was just like the change in scenery was like very refreshing for me. Because 14 years in like the most boring like urban area, like connected by like one train to the rest of New York, it was like, yo, like what do I even do here, bro? Because like New York is great and all, like having like all that stuff is dope, but like the fact I lived in the fact I lived in Bergenfield was like, hey, like people like have suburban life, like that's a thing that's not just in movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, this is cool. So like it was a good new experience to just like get to see the rest of the world, because growing up in one place, it's like it makes you very like tunnel vision sort of thing. So yeah.
Okay. What do your shoes say? Now that I'm like reading them right now.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So basically, like,
Here, we can stand up for a second if that helps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Just so
like
you
right
can
here.
see it. All right.
So basically, we got. What does that say? Fuck. Appreciate art, because you know art's dope. Amante is here because that's the second half of my artist name. My last name isn't Amante. People
Wait, what's your artist name real quick again so they know?
Ricardo Amante. That's
And where are you? Where's your family originally from?
Dominican Republic, born and raised 100% Dominicano, yes, sabe coño, not much. So yeah, so I picked Amante as the second half was my artist name because it means a lover of in Spanish, or it can mean just a lover in general. So at first I was like, okay, I want to be a lover of things, but like it can include like, okay, I'm a good boyfriend, girlfriend, thing, whatever, how you identify. So it's just like, I love people, but I also love the world in general, because I used to be very pessimistic, and it was just like really apparent in just like the way I would act. So when I started focusing on art, it was like, well, appreciate art, and then Amante. So I love art. So it's like it kind of like represents it in the not only my name but also my music. So that's just one half, and I put love here in English. It's kind of fading out now. So love, exclamation point, because I'm always fucking excited now. And right next to it is eccentric, because I am a very eccentric person, as you've seen so far. I talk a lot because like my mind goes like that all the time, which is why I get very, very focused on art, because I find that it's like the only thing that really like helps me like slow down. Because when I was working on my EP for me, Go Stream for me, I worked really hard on it.
We're gonna talk about that.
Oh shit, really? Fuck. Okay.
No, you're good. We are gonna bring it up.
Nice. So yeah, I find that working on art, photography, music, like anything that comes to it, it's the only thing that really helps me slow down, because like my mind just goes really, really fast sometimes. It gets kind of like overwhelming sometimes, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a sensitive topic, but it's like I want to do my own expression justice, because like I have the feeling in my chest, you know, like I think I have something else here. Yeah, so we live in a small town, because like when I moved to Bergenfield, it's like that's just a mad small town compared to the Bronx, bro. Like that's just ridiculous. But it's like people love Bergenfield, you know. People love Bergenfield. Like I've asked me like, would you move away from Bergenfield? Like no, never. I'm like, but why though? It's like, because I love it here. I'm like, okay. So it's like, why do people love it? So when I started a small town, I would ask them questions like, so what makes you emotional? Like, what are you proud of? Like all that shit.
And real quick, a small town is explain that series real quick. There's a drone above us.
Oh shit! Look at it go. So yeah, a small town. Sorry, like I keep mentioning things without explaining. A small town is the photo series that I started to help me get back into creativity when I was going through my artist slump. because I found that I couldn't really make music at that point. I was like going like a really, really rough artist patch. And so I was like, I can't make music, but I still want to be the artist that I know that I am. So it's like, I had a camera. I was like, click, you know? So it's like, all right, so I did that for a really, really long time. And that helped me sort of like ease my way back into being who I thought I was, because I would make art for the sake of other people. You know, I would make art to make people happy, to help other people connect with me. But then I realized like, yo, like art is like supposed to be a reflection of your soul. You know, it's like I started making it for me, which is like what we'll get into later. So it's like, yeah.
Okay, and then speaking on love, it's Pride Month. What does Pride Month mean to you?
Yo, I recently came out as bisexual, bro. And when I tell you, when that shit happened, I was like, yeah. I was like, because I come from a Dominican family. And like, that's a no-no. That's like, what? I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, both sides looking kind of dope right now. And then she was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. She was like, are you positive? And I was like, yeah. And then so, when Pride Month, when June 1st came, I was like, Pride Month? I was like, happy Pride Month from your local bisexual artist, you know? So it's like, it's also like a reflection of like, hey, you love this, you have to do that love justice, sort of thing.
Okay. And is there any advice you could give somebody who may be in the same situation that you're in?
Hell yeah. So like, whether it be an artist slump, whether it be like you just having trouble accepting yourself, or like whatever it might be, whatever is troubling your heart, it's just like, you have to, like I keep saying, you have to do yourself justice before you do anybody else like the favor. Like, I used to do things for my friends and my family way before I would even consider myself. And I think that was like the main root of like my unhappiness. It was just like, yo, like, I keep doing things for these other people, but like, where's the reciprocation, bro? Like, I keep doing mad shit and I feel so underappreciated. I feel like I'm mad lonely, like, all this shit. So at one point I was like, oh yeah, on February 22nd at 5 o'clock, one of my new friends commented on a photo that I had just recently posted with the camera after I had started getting into that. He was like, oh, my boy's back. And I remember that so vividly. Like, he commented, like, my boy's back. I was like, huh, what if I am back? You know? So it was like, when I said that to myself, I was like, all right, so I'm gonna start doing shit for me. So the photo series was to help me vent and help me heal. Like, my music was to help me get back into it. Like, all this shit was to get for me. So it's like, I started loving myself and like appreciating myself and doing things for myself before I thought about anybody else. Which is not in the selfish way, but like just like in the self-care way, you know? So it's like, my advice to anybody going through that is like, think about yourself before you think about anybody else, just for the sake of your own health, you know, for the sake of your own well-being. And once you know you're in a good spot, be out in the world, you know?
Okay, so the last thing, you've mentioned it a couple times, but for me, your recent EP?
Yeah, EP.
EP.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain for me, you have 5 tracks on there?
5 tracks.
5
yeah.
tracks. Explain overall what the project means. I think you kind of touched on it already, but then also the 5 individual songs.
Alright, so it starts off with Warmer Days. It's a 5-track album. I had teased it for 4 tracks, but I kept the last one as a surprise. It starts with Warmer Days. I wrote it, what was it? Last summer, after a heartbreak. I was like, yo, like, it stomped on my heart, bro. Like, that's crazy. So I wrote about that. And then the next one was Stones. Stones was like an instrumental I made way back when that I felt, I was really upset because it didn't like blow up the way I wanted it to, but I knew it was good. So it was like, I was very ambitious and excited at that point, which is the caption for that song. Warmer Days was heartbreak and love sickness. So like for each song I had a different like caption for it, and then like the time of year that I put it for. So Warmer Days was like summer last year, like love sickness, heartbreak. Stones, excitement, ambition. Colors Over Garden was an acoustic song that I made as an ode to certain friends that I no longer talk to, but I still very much appreciate. After that was A Lesson in Reality. So A Lesson in Reality was especially important to me because it was actually one of the first songs I had made like completely after my artist block. So it's just like A Lesson in Reality. It's like, oh, like this is how the world works, you know? So it's like, and then the last one, A Letter to a Lover Of, was an ode to myself. It was like, yo, like look at yourself in the mirror, bro. Like this is you now. You have to accept that shit. So it was like each of the songs was like a point in my life, and each of the songs was like a way for me to acknowledge a part of me, because like in the end it's like whether you like it or not, people shape you and you shape yourself. So you have to accept both halves of that. So the whole album was like I'm acknowledging these things for me, which is why it's called For Me. I put in a comment in there, but iTunes and Spotify didn't like that shit, so I was like, alright, never mind, I guess I won't put it in there. The whole point is just like, yo, I'm Ricardo Amante, and this is why I am who I am, and this is me just accepting the way shit is. So yeah.
Okay, and one last question. Where are we filming right now, and what does this park mean to you?
Ah, shit, glad you asked. Alright, so this is
Zoom around, get the park a little bit.
this
here.
is Overpeck County Park. This is one of the first Bergenfield like landmarks, memorials kind of thing that like I've really ever went to. Remember one of my first Bergenfield friends was like, "Yo, Overpeck?" I'm like, "What the fuck is that? That shit sounds weird." And then we got here, it's like this open park, like just like a place to be at, and like it became like the spot for me. Like me and my friends would come, like this would be like our go-to place. Like Overpeck, yeah, we out. So then when I stopped hanging out with them, it was like I've never had a falling out at Overpeck. I've never had a bad memory here. It's like regardless of the person that I was here with, whether it be like shitty person or like an amazing person, like the moment I've been here, no matter who it was, has always been an enjoyable moment. So for me, like it's like I come here to relax. I come here to clear my head, to just enjoy the scenery.
It's getting really fucking windy. I'm hoping you can hear us. It's really
facts.
windy. If you can slightly cover that thing.
Yeah, there you
Just
go.
because it's gonna be like really fucked.
Wait, bro, I thought you had to cover the mic.
No.
Oh,
shit. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we're covering the mic here so we don't get any wind noise.
It's funny because you said that was a fake mic before.
Yeah,
I
no.
caught you.
Alright.
Yeah, so this is just a special place for me. I came here a lot during my artist blog just to chill, just to relax. And it's just like, if you have a spot like, it doesn't even have to be like a place. It can be like a mindset or like a song. It's like if it helps you reflect, then it's someplace you should cherish. I cherish Overpeck County Park in Bergenfield, or New Jersey. Yeah.
My name is Steven, and I'm here with
Ricardo Amante. Go stream For Me on all streaming platforms.
This has been an unscripted interview brought to you by the Story Program. I'm gonna stand up real quick
Oh shit, yes.
so you can get a nice view of this park.
This is the
Thank you
place
for
that I love.
watching. Another interview coming soon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.